Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico, and we back at it again. It's been a minute, but you know what? Better now than never. Better now than, you know what I'm saying, 2 days from now, because it's Friday, man. What y'all doing? What y'all up to? I got a few things I want to get off my chest. I got a few things I want to talk about. And y'all know this is like therapy to me. So when I get in my thoughts, I get in my feelings, no better crew to chat it up with than the Fanatics. That's what it just comes down to. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So as we start off, a lot of people like to call it a podcast. I don't really want to call it a podcast per se, but as we start this bitch off, I just want to shout out to everybody. What's going on for people that are late tuning in? Just want to give everybody a shout out, and for those that have been seeing a lot of news about joining and subscribing to this channel, it's super dope. It's super dope. But there's a lot of things going on right now, and there's perks upon perks, getting tickets to games, being first in the chat. I single you guys out by reading some comments and statements and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of big things, big movements going down. So welcome to the channel. What's going on, my guy? Blue Comment, what's happening? For those tuning in, salute. It's Friday. It's a late evening, but I figured I'd jump on. And for those that are, just hanging out. So let's Hayden Black, Bills Moth, what's happening, everybody? So tuning in early into this chat room. So let's start it off light. Let's talk about what's really going on. Let's talk about the elephant in the room with the Warriors going down last night to the Raps. You know what I'm saying? So that's always good. It's always good when the underdog comes on top. Joe Schmo, what's happening, my guy? Eric Nelson, what's good? Snowfall, what's happening? Everybody's just tuning in right now. Welcome. So Alabama, what's good from Bama? So yeah, man, listen up. These Raps are no joke. Stop sleeping on the Raptors, man. People keep sleeping on the Raptors. They think all we got is Kawhi. Now, for those that really know what's really good, I'm a Laker guy. That's my squad. But when the team is putting on for the city, when the team is putting on for Canada, you got to rep hard body. You feel me? So when Leonard isn't your best guy and you still beat the defending champs, don't sleep on these Raps. Siakam, Spicy P came to play. My guy Van Vliet came to play, came to ball. You feel me? Kyle Lowry's dishing diamond. You know what I'm saying? Serge Ibaka is putting, listen, man. And we didn't even put my man Norman Powell in. I'm just saying, man, Raps, don't sleep on these damn Raptors, man. I know it's just one game, but that crucial game is big. You need to win these home games. You really need to win these home games. And the fact that we came through and took care of business on home court and we could do it again, I'm just saying, man, if these Warriors go down 2-0, woo, there's going to be a problem. We might take this bitch to sweep. Could it be sweep? Nah, I'm tripping if it's a sweep. But we might take this shit to 7 because, the Warriors ain't going back down. Anyway, I just want to get that out of the way. I feel like this is monumental, man. You know what I'm saying? First the Canadian team going to the finals, man. Who would have thunk? Anyway, let's get that out of the way. Welcome everybody in this place. Welcome. So if you guys are just tuning in, what's going on? So if you guys are living under a rock, I'm telling you right now, this new subscription thing is the bomb. I'm telling you right now. Ask my man Blue Comment. You know what I'm saying? I want the Raptors to win so badly. I'm sick of the Warriors. I'm sick of them too. Feel me? I'm sick of them. But yeah, if you notice in the chat room, there's different color icons for certain people. There's a reason because they've joined up, they subscribed, right? So those comments will appear first, and there's many more perks that come along. My man Blue Comment is going to have a chance to go to the game because his name is going to be put in to the drop. But anyway, let's go into the topics that I really had in hand. So what I want to talk about right now is Josh Allen. That's one topic that's going to be on hand, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. Where he can improve. Where can we see him improve? I want to talk about the O-line, how the O-line is going to shape out. For those that are just tuning in, there's 40 people in this room. There should be 40 thumbs up. So hook your boy up with a thumbs up, and let's keep moving. And I want to talk about there's certain things that if you guys caught Chris Sims and Josh Allen, there's a few little nuggets I took from that that I want to chat and see what your thoughts are on that. The best topic of all. Yeah, Josh Allen, man. Everybody seems to be wanting to talk about Josh Allen. Sam Mazza, what's going on, man? Brandon Amando, what's happening, everybody? So there are a few things that I wanted to address. Twitter. I put on a posting that was going to go live and chat with y'all. Appreciate everybody clicking that like button. I appreciate that's love. And there were a few questions that came on Twitter that I want to address. So the first one came from CJ. His @ is Stolen African. Says, who do we trade for? And will McCoy be on the roster week 1? Do I necessarily think we are going to trade for anybody anytime soon? I don't think so. Unless it's one of those, it's a surprise deal that's happening. I mean, the one that's been circulating everywhere is Jadeveon Clowney, but I don't know, man. I whether we pull the trigger on that, I just can't see it happening anytime soon. But if we were to bring Jadeveon Clowney, awesome. But there's a lot of things that's going to happen with that. What are you giving up for a guy like Jadeveon Clowney? What are you willing to give up for Jadeveon Clowney? We've talked about this before. Is it worth it to give him next year's first? Is it worth it? A second round? Potentially. Not only that, though, once you give him that trade, you know you're going to have to pay him. And when you have guys that are making bank, I mean, look, Jerry Hughes just got a nice little extension. You know what I mean? $23 million extension. Frank Clark just signed over $100 million deal. That dude, DeMarcus from DeMarcus Lawrence, I think. DeMarcus Lawrence from the Dallas Cowboys, over $100 million deal. You know Jadeveon Clowney is going to be asking for a $100 million deal. Are you willing to give that up? That's the real question. So it's one of those thoughts. Do I want to give that up? I mean, is he a game changer? Is he one of those guys? I mean, he's just a solid player. But sometimes it's about the scheme. It's about where you're placed. Could he really excel across from a Jerry Hughes? Of course he can. Of course he can. But can Murphy do it this year? Look, apparently he's looking pretty damn good in OTAs. So we're gonna have to find out. So that was one of the questions from my guy CJ Stolen Africa. Shout out to CJ Stolen Africa. And he asked also, will McCoy be the running back on this roster week 1? And that is a resounding yes. I can't see why we trade him. We got 4 backs on this team. If you really want to think about it, you got McCoy, you got Gore, you got Yeldon, and you got the rookie in Singletary. So those are your 4 guys. Either one of them is going to sit, you know what I'm saying, or be inactive. I don't know if they'll do that, but we're going to find out. The one person that I think is going to have to kind of say, you know what, we might have to rethink these things is our fullback, Pat DiMarco. I just don't think there's a spot for him on this team. I really don't. I mean, last year he was phased out. He fizzled out. They didn't really use him. I think he was like 30% of the time he was on the field. Nah, man, that's not good enough. You a top-notch fullback like that, you either have him on the field opening up holes or you don't. I mean, you spread that bitch out. That's just my opinion. So you have a guy taking up a roster spot in DiMarco, good player, but we may not need him. You can take one of those 4 or 5 tight ends and have them as a tweener. You know what I'm saying? / fullback / you know what I mean, tight end in maybe Lee Smith. Maybe Lee Smith has dabbled a little bit in playing fullback. You just don't know. You don't need DiMarco on there, man. Then now we can start kind of making some moves because you keep DiMarco on that spot, there's one lineman you may not be able to keep. You keep DiMarco on that spot, there's one receiver you might not be able to keep. Let's just say the battle between receiver becomes it's David Sills and I don't know, Duke Williams, Sills and Williams. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you can keep both those guys because they're balling out of control. But guess what? You kept DiMarco. So you got to cut one of these guys. I like the numbers games. I get it. Sometimes you got to remove people from the squad, but not for that guy. I'm sorry. And that's not happening. Blue Comment says, you looking at anyone that we might want next year's draft? No, not yet. That's way too early, Blue Comment. I know it's an odd question, especially since us making some damage this year. I get it. So Frank Gore F at fullback? Nah, not happening. Tyson Williams, my guy. I'm going to read your question next. I'm glad you're here, my boy. How you doing, boss? So speaking of Tyson Williams had a really good question on Twitter. He says he wants my record prediction. What is the prediction? What is the record for the Bills going to be this year? I will get into that. I think we're a 10-win team. That's just me. I think the 6 wins is cute. I think we can get the 6 wins in our sleep. That's just my opinion. Every year is completely different, but I think we are a 10-win team at least. And there are some games that we can definitely take. That's just me. 10 wins. I'll probably go into depth later on. So I think we're a 10-6 record, and I think that is what is going to propel us into the playoffs. I think we're a playoff team. But without further ado, I'm gonna ask one last question that I got from Twitter. And by the way, that was Tyson Williams at TWilliams71204. And I got my guy Tommy Pickles, the Pickle Man. TJ Bills 85 says, Robert Foster, is he a number 1 receiver? Yes, he is. And he's only gonna prove that going forward this year. But he's gonna have some competition. He's definitely gonna have some competition because you have a player in John Brown that's gonna be pushing that. You have a player in Zay Jones that's in coming into his 3rd year, that's gonna be really trying to prove something. Can he be that guy that we thought he could be when we drafted him in the 2nd round? There are some guys that are going to try to prove themselves this year. And this should be. It makes sense. It makes complete sense. Zay Jones going to his 3rd year should be the guy to lead the way. But management said, nah, we don't trust it too much. That's why we're going to bring in a John Brown. That's why we're going to bring in a Cole Beasley. And that's why we're going to now shine a little bit of a brighter light on Robert Foster. So you've got some competition going. You know what I'm saying? So it seems that a lot of people are agreeing with me with that 10-win season. I think we could easily win 10 games. Let me take that back. We are a 10-win team. Easily we can get 6 to 7 wins. That's in our sleep. But 10 wins is what is going to take for us to really, propel to become a team solid enough going forward, and our names will be up there going forward. And then 10 wins is nothing, man. My guy Kevin Garrard says, I'm going 1 week and you go full homer. I'm not going full homer, man. John Brown is never going to challenge for number 1 receiver. I'm not saying he's going to challenge for like the guy. But if you compare statistics, in my opinion, the prediction for statistics, I think they'll be neck and neck because those guys are 2 deep receivers, the receivers that go deep. So Robert Foster, he made his living last year going deep. John Foster. You got me mixing up the names. And you got John Brown that made his living going deep. So I think they're going to be similar in numbers, but there's only one football and the ball can only go around so often. So let me jump into what I want to touch on. Are things, here's the first question, and this is at the 13-minute mark, because I promised one of my followers, and he made a valid point. He's like, these lives go for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and instead of me listening to everything, because some people don't have the time to do it, they want to hit on key things, right? So this is at the 13-minute mark. I'm going to mark them down so people can now skip to what topics they want to hit on, right? So are things setting up perfectly for Josh Allen to propel this franchise? And that is the question right now, because right now there's a lot of hype behind Josh Allen. There's a lot of Top Shot that says, Wagwan, Rico, what's good? What's happening, bro? Is there too much hype surrounding Josh Allen? Is it just the right amount? So right now, are we set up? And I put a couple points that proves furthermore why we are set up to do very well with Josh Allen. Am I sipping all the Kool-Aid on Josh Allen? Not yet. Am I very encouraged? 1,000%. But there are some things that I'm gonna need my mans to work on, right? So are we set up? Let's see how the team set him up this year, right? So number one, I think some of the setbacks that happened are the reasons he's going to step up, right? So let's take it back to last year. Him not beating out Nate Peterman, right? Real DM3 was good to my guy. My guy Dave Myers is in this building. So him not beating out Nate Peterman last year. Some people say that was a damn joke. It was a joke. It was this, that, and the third. But let's go back and stay in the moment of when OTAs were happening, training camp was happening, mini camp, all that good stuff. Peterman was winning the battle. period. There's no question about it. It was evident. You saw it in preseason. You saw it in practice. You saw it everywhere, right? Now, doing something in practice and doing something in games is two different stories, right? But he was doing everything correct when it came to practice and so on and so forth, right? So that in itself is propelling and is working something in Allen, because if you think about it, when you lose the job to a person that you think that you can beat out, you're like, man, that's a slap in the face. How are you going to let Nate Peterman beat me out? But you're a rookie. There's a lot for you to learn. You feel me? So maybe that was a good thing that he needed that. So getting the reps, maybe he didn't get enough reps. To me, I blame management for that. That is your job is to evaluate the talent that you have on the team, right? Evaluate the guys that have the mascara on their face, right? And for those that don't know, I got that from Deion Sanders. You have guys that have mascara, right? They do the makeup real good, but when it comes to the bright lights, they're trash. They didn't do well, right? The mascara starts running all over the face. They got garbage makeup on. If there's any females watching, there's some bullshit makeup and there's some really good stuff. If you got that Fenty line, if you guys know about the Fenty, that's Rihanna's line, that shit is legit. Nobody was rocking any Fenty last year. They were rocking some dollar store Dollarama. You guys don't have Dollarama. I don't know what dollar stores you guys have over there, but Dollar Tree, I don't know. But it is what it is. We were rocking a whole bunch of that. So first game comes in, Baltimore Peterman mascara was running all over his face. You knew you wearing some bullshit. Anyway, so the fact that Peterman beat out Josh Allen, that kind of probably mustered something in him. So he's like, all right, I got to step my game up, right? That's point number one. Point number two, not having a veteran leadership quarterback. They tried it with McCarron, but they shipped that fool out to the Raiders. So now you're stuck with Peterman and Josh Allen. Management never went ahead and tried to get a veteran guy until week 7. So is he slated to do extremely well going forward? Of course, because he had nothing from week 1 to week 7 until Barkley comes in. Freaking DA comes in. Now you start seeing some things and some good things from Allen, but you didn't see that week 1 to week 7. Excuse me, week 2 to week 7. You feel me? So that's point number 2. Point number 3. The injury. Had he not got injured, maybe this doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? He had an opportunity to now sit, heal, watch the veterans do what they do, watch them in the film room, watch how they do, watch little nuances and so on and so forth. That is what propelled them. Honest, and that's real talk, right? Blue comment says, I'm not gonna lie, I never felt more sad as a Bills fan watching Peterman play. Just so you know, I was growing up during the 2000s and the 2010s. I get it. There's some people that's got some real hate for Peterman, but I mean, it is what it is. Hayden Black says, I'm scared of Zay because I love the dude, but we just brought in a ton of guys who, if they play good, they could easily take his starting spot. Competing brings out the best in players. I agree. But we're set up right now for 4 main guys. The core 4 is what I like to call them, right? Zay Jones, Robert Foster, Cole Beasley, John Brown. Here's your core 4. You know what I'm saying? Core 4 right there. And then the rest will play itself out. By the way, shout out to everybody in this bitch. There's 80 people watching. If there's 80 people watching and there's 41 likes, that means I'm missing a few likes. So for those that are just tuning in and joining in, show your boy some love, man. Throw that deuce up. You know what I'm saying? Give me those thumbs up and let's get that bitch going up. So next point on how we're going to propel with Josh Allen, right? New QB coach. Who did we have as a QB coach last year? We had a receiver coach masking as a QB coach. Yes, he's had many years of experience. He had 25 to 30 years of experience. I get it in David Culley. But what did David Culley do for Nate Peterman, number one? What did he do for Tyrod Taylor the year before? Tyrod Taylor was supposed to really excel the last year of his tenure with the Bills. David Culley didn't do shit for him. He didn't do anything for Peterman. He damn sure didn't do anything for Josh Allen. You feel me? So the fact that we moved on from David Culley, we got rid of his ass. We moved on from Juan Castillo. We got rid of his ass. We got some new coaching that's going to propel the O-line with OG Bobby Johnson. You feel me? And not only that, we brought in a quarterback that's actually played in the league, that's actually had success. You feel me? In helping Cam Newton. So new quarterback coach, new O-line coach, not only that, he's actually messing around with Jordan Palmer over the summer. This is year 2 now in the summer. Now, and thirdly, on top of that, he's working with his rival in Sam Darnold. So what do you think that's going to do for him? He can't let Sam Darnold outduel him. He can't. You can't let Josh Rosen outduel you in Miami. That is what's going to further propel Josh Allen to be a baller going from here on out. Am I making sense? Am I missing any points? If I'm making sense, throw me some thumbs up, throw me some love, because right now, at this point, this is how we got to do it. By the way, I want to welcome a new member. Len Brown has subscribed to our channel. Len, salute to you, my G. Welcome to the squad, my guy. So that being said, and the last two other points I want to make is the GM. He noticed what we had last year. He noticed this wasn't doing anything. He's like, hold on a second. We got right tackle, that's a turnstile in Jordan Mills. You saying we had a right guard. You know what I mean? I signed with the Bengals right now, so I'm going to talk on that in just a second. We had a revolving door at center. Left guard was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we just didn't have a great O-line last year. You know what I'm saying? The only bright spot, and which was a challenge, was Deion Dawkins. Wyatt Taylor showed some good things. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk on that a little later. But what I'm trying to say is they've revamped and tried to do everything they can for Josh Allen to really succeed. This is it, man. This is it. Your sophomore year, typically people will take a dive. I don't think this is going to happen. I think we're on the uptick. We're rising. So this is what I think. So just recapping what I mentioned. New QB coach, new offensive line coach, losing the job to Peterman last year propelled him in a way to say, okay, I got to focus. There's a lot of things I got to work on. Not only that, his injury allowed him to sit back down, relax, settle down, take a step back, and really assess what's happening, right? So a lot of those things play a part in everything that you see here. By the way, my guy Real DM3 says, don't sleep on John Feliciano. I'm going to speak on that because the O-line is going to be one of the next topics that we're going to speak on. And the GM, Bean, he knew what he had to do. He's like, all right, man, well, we can't have the same shit. We need new receivers. We need new O-line. We need to get rid of this O-line coach. He really revamped everything in order to give the most success possible for Josh Allen. You can't even hate on that, right? So, by the way, there's 91 people in this bitch. Appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in. If you guys have any questions, please jump in. I'm going to try to read them as best I can. The ones that stand out to me are the ones that are in color. If you guys see them, those are the people that are subscribed to our channel. So subscribe to the channel. Snowfall On Mine says, is Dawson Knox going to be a potential starter? You mother effing right he is. And I'm going to speak on the tight ends. You know what? Let me touch on the tight ends right now. Croft is injured. Okay? Broken foot, cracked foot, whatever you want to call it. He's going to be out some time. Right? He might be back for week 1. We just don't know because there's some complications that normally happen. Dawson Knox is now quarterback, is the tight end that seems to be doing some work right now in OTAs. Then you got Sweeney. I'm not sleeping on Sweeney, by the way. Tommy Sweeney, if you watch the film on Tommy Sweeney, athletic enough that he can make some moves at the tight end spot, but he's a bull when it comes to blocking. So he has a very good chance to make this squad. I'm not playing with you. Then you bring in Lee Smith. The team was looking for a Lee Smith type of tight end when they brought in Fisher. And then they brought in Lee Smith and said, well, listen, we were trying to bring in you. We brought you in so you can be the Lee Smith, but we actually got the real thing. So salute to you, sir. Good day. You feel me? And they sent him off. So you got Lee Smith, and then you have the dark horse / odd man out in Kroom. I'm rooting for Kroom, but you draft 2 guys and you bring in a guy that used to be on the team that's a perennial good, solid blocker. Kroom is on that. He's that outside guy that is on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I brought up Patrick DiMarco. You keep Patrick DiMarco, now you have to make a decision on this tight end group. You got to keep one less guy. Why not take Patrick DiMarco and send him off, and then take Tommy Sweeney? I don't even know if he's ever done fullback before. I'm just spitballing right here. Take Tommy Sweeney and say, you're going to be a tweener. You're going to be our fullback / tight end. And if you can excel with a new offensive line coach, why the hell not? Why the hell not? That's what I'm saying. By the way, shout out to a new member, my guy Joe Schmo in the building. Welcome to the squad. So we're gonna keep it moving. All right. So tight end squad, can Dawson be a starter? 1,000%. Dawson Knox might be your day one starter. I'm telling you right now, if he stays healthy and he builds that rapport with Josh Allen, is game over. All right. So this is perfect. This is a perfect segue. Now we're going into what 25 minute mark. I'm sorry, I'm writing this down for helping people out so they know what's going on. Okay, 25 minutes. So here's the deal. Where can Josh Allen improve this year for him to propel? We talked about all the things that's going to take him to the next level, but where is it that he's got to improve? I want to snooze on Sills V if you want to. Ain't nobody snoozing on Sills, my guy. 716B says snooze on him. Nobody's snoozing on him. So here's the deal. I wrote some notes down on where Josh Allen can improve, where I think he can improve, right? So the first one is pre-snap reads, recognition, right? Now, I watched his Chris Sims interview, but before I watched Chris Sims' interview, I took my notes already. I wrote all my stuff down that I wanted to talk about. And I was like, oh, shoot, let me just watch this real quick before I get in there. And they touched on a few of the things that I was going to touch on. Word to my mom is exactly what happened. Anyway, so check this out. Pre-snap reads. I want him to be able to know when he comes up to the center, or even when he's walking up to the center. All right, 2 high safeties, 1 safety down low. Okay, there's 1 in the box. Oh, shit, they're everybody's standing up. Oh wait, there's a nickel back. Like I want him to be able to recognize what they're doing. Is it man? Is it zone? Is it cover 4? Is it cover 3? Those type of things, right? A lot of times these defenses nowadays, they mask everything. You don't know what they're doing until you're ready to snap the ball, and then you know, right? When you're a veteran, you start knowing, you start watching film, and you've seen this before, or you know the coordinator, and you know what this coordinator does. You start to kind of realize, oh, okay, I know what this defense is. Let me pick that shit apart. Now, if he can recognize and see what this defense is doing, we're ahead of the game right then and there. That's number one. Furthermore, onto that, situations. And this is where you want to know, okay, where's your down and distance? You know what I'm saying? Is it 1st and 9? You know what I mean? Is it 3rd and 10? Is it 2nd and 7? Like know what you can and cannot do. Okay, that's number one. This is one thing that I wanted last year, but I mean, as a rookie, it's unexpected. You can't expect him to do something like that. Calling your own plays. And apparently he's now going to be starting calling his own plays, which is really dope. Because offensive coordinator Dable, y'all know how I feel about Dable, but I'm giving him his chance this year. So I ain't talking about it no more. So Dable has mentioned that he's got an opportunity to now call his own plays. I'm giving him the reins. Now you call your plays. Recognize it. You've been in the system now going on 2 years. This is going to be your 2nd year in the system. You now have the ability, you have the strength, you have the smarts, the intelligence to call your own plays. So that is an encouraging move, because now I don't need my head coach to see this, because I see that's where the recognition comes in. Oh shit, this is a cover 3, but they're masking me as a man. I know this play. I'm going to reverse it. Kill, or Black 89. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Omaha, do something. You feel me? So in that regard, him calling his own plays is only going to propel this team even further. Thirdly, that I want to hit on, short passes. My guy has a cannon. You know that. He has a cannon. He's going to want to throw that shit deep. You feel me? But sometimes it's okay to hit LeSean McCoy on the outside. Sometimes it's okay to hit, you know what I'm saying, that short intermediate route. But we didn't have those guys until later on last year. McKenzie is what opened it up. McKenzie is what kind of gave us that ability. Oh, shit. A slot guy like McKenzie could really propel us and really get us to the next level. So what does Bean do? Bring me Cole Beasley, one of the better interior receivers in the game right now. Quick as fuck. You feel me? Can hit any route he wants to in the middle and move things, move the chains. So why not have a John Brown? Then we bring in a Dawson Knox. Then we bring in a Sweeney. You have LeSean McCoy, for crying out loud. You feel me? You got TJ Yeldon you brought in. So to me, those moves made kind of reminds me, okay, hold on a second. Maybe Bean does realize, hold on, or maybe head coach does realize we need to use that. Josh, we got to use these. You don't have to go deep all day. You give LeSean McCoy a 2-yard dump, he can take that shit for 80 down the field. You're good. So he needs to be able to accept what the defense is giving him instead of forcing it. If he's open for a 3-yard freaking out, give it to him and let him do magic. If my man's open for a 7-yarder, instead of hitting that 35-yard deep route, take the 7-yarder. Live another day. Move the chains. You feel me? So those are the things that I noticed. Use your Zay Joneses. Use your Cole Beasleys. Use your LeSean McCoys. That's only going to propel us even further. You feel me? And you can save your gun. And what you're going to do is you're going to lull that defense, and then hit him deep with John Brown. Hit him deep with Zay Jones. Hit him deep with Robert Foster. Shit, I'm getting myself excited. Let me tone my shit down. Let me tone it down just a little bit. Feel me? DMC says needs to read the short passing routes. Absolutely. Beasley will eat this year. I really hope he does. Hayden Black says it's easiest to teach a home run hitter to hit a single than a single hitter to hit a home run. Cole Beasley and TJ Yeldon will help Josh with this. 1000%. I'm with you, man. Eye of the moment says BB says to JA, meet your new best friend Cole Beasley. Yes, he does. This year, wideouts are actually going to catch. They better catch. We don't need no drops over here. Live Improver says Rico's killing it. Do not underestimate. I mean, I dabble. I appreciate that. That's love. Sparkling Gal. What's going on, my lady? I'm a member and not showing up. That's weird. That's kind of odd. We're gonna try to fix that up, okay, Sparkling? Let's try to fix that up, Kathy. John Roberts says, I love what he said. I was freaking out. Showed his human. Absolutely. I'm gonna speak on that. Thanks for bringing that up, by the way. Whatever happened to tight end Fisher, he got cut. The minute we signed Lee Smith, my guy was gone. My guy was gone, like gone in the wind. So Godspeed Production says Foster, Roberts, Zay, McKenzie, Brown, Beasley, Sills sign easily to practice squad. George Hills says, don't forget Singletary out of the backfield, Rico. I'm not. I'm only giving you guys that are going to be on the field prominently, right? In those third down situations and passing downs. Singletary is going to have to just prove himself. By the way, there's 92 people in this room. Let's try to bump that bitch up to 100. So if you guys are able to share this on your Twitter, share this on your Twitch, share this on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, share this. Let's try to get to 100 people and get this rocking. Singletary tearing shit up. I think, listen, Singletary is going to be thank you, DM3. Singletary, people need to stop. Nobody's sleeping on Singletary, so I don't want to see people need to stop sleeping on him, but recognize that he's going to be on the field often. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be on the field often. I'm going to call him a 40 Glock. You see me? That's his name. I'm going to give him the nickname, man. That's the 40. You know what I'm saying? Because my man number 40 is going to be doing work, and I feel it, and I think it's going to be a perfect transition. You couldn't have asked for a better running back. He's a combination of LeSean with his elusiveness and his Frank Gore with hitting the hole and never giving up. Yo, you hit him, don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going. They call him the mortar for crying out loud. You can't go wrong with this pick. People are saying that we picked him too high in the third round. Bump that. That was perfect. We needed that. Moving on. So Allen can improve in those three places. Pre-read snaps, situations, knowing where your safeties are, your protection, calling your protection line. I'm going to just give you a snippet. In that Chargers game, his first official start, my man said he was flubbing the words, didn't know where to send the guys for protection, and the defense was bringing everything to him. Anthony Lynn had that defensive coordinator bringing everything and bringing the heat, right? So when you don't know your protections, you don't know this, you don't know that, that's on the quarterback, yes, but that's on your staff. They didn't prepare you enough. You know what I'm saying? They didn't prepare you enough to really get at it. That's just my opinion. I'm going to keep it at that. So pre-snap reads, recognition, safeties, protections, all that good stuff. You want to be calling your own plays. That's how he's going to improve. Those are the things I think I want him to improve on. I don't think, I know. And lastly, don't be afraid to use your short intermediate routes. That 3-yard swing, that 7-yard button, that, you know what I mean, that dig route, that zip. Don't be afraid, man. They're right there for you. It's gonna be so easy. You guys, we brought in guys that can get separation. Separation is key. We had that bum ass Benjamin last year that couldn't separate from anything. The only thing he couldn't even separate from his damn sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You can't even separate from your damn sandwich. It's game over because your sandwich was stuck to your mouth all day. It looked it. You feel me? So I'm just saying, I'm gonna just go from there. I'm gonna leave it at that. I Am Life says, congratulations, Rico, on the Toronto Raptors' first victory. I appreciate that, boss man. We'll take that one victory. We'll take it. Canada's lit right now. If you guys don't know, like, we rocking right now. I'm a little pissed off that they're airing a lot of football, a lot of hockey, though. Get the F out of here. If you don't got no Canadian teams, you know what I'm saying, right now on the TV, bump that. Raptors, your team, your national team is on TV, and you talk about Boston Bruins. Get out of here with that bull, man. Ain't nobody want to hear nothing about no damn Boston sports. No Celtics, no Bruins, no Red Sox. You feel me? I don't even watch baseball. I don't want to hear about no damn Red Sox, and I certainly don't want to hear about no New England Patriots. Yo, get out of here with all that bullshit. That's just me. I apologize. I went on a little tangent, but I'm back. James Williams says Singletary is great. People sleep on him because he went to a small school, but Joe Flacco did as well. Sure, different positions, but you know what I mean. I know exactly what you mean, man. Green Buffalo says, who do you think will make training camp? Cam Phillips, Damari Scott, Ray-Ray McLeod, or Victor Bolden gets cut? Dude, all of those guys are getting cut. Every one of those guys are getting cut. Did I read that right? Who do you think will get to make training camp? Oh, who will? I think a lot of these guys will get to make the training camp, but probably Damari Scott, probably not. Cam Phillips will probably get a chance to. Victor Bolden, probably not. We already have Victor Bolden type players, so we don't really need that. But what do I know? What do I know? We are at 89 people, 75 likes. I appreciate every one of y'all. For those that are just tuning in right now, if you guys are looking to be part of a subscription plan with the Fanatics, it's simple. Press that little join button. Do the rest. There's a lot of perks. Enter in for tickets. You're able to show up on the live chats. I can see your comments. It's live, it's direct, and I'm not missing a lot of your comments because a lot of questions go by and I can't see them, but they're color coordinated. I can see them, and I'm colorblind. So when the color shows up, I can see it. You feel me? So Blue comment, appreciate that donation, my dude. So we're gonna move on. Moving on to the O-line. We're at 36 minutes. Here we go. O-line. I wanted to change my prediction on who's going to start. I looked at what we have. I looked at who we brought in. I looked at why we brought certain players in. I looked at what we're trying to do, what we're trying to instill. And I looked at who we had last year. And we drafted a Wyatt Teller in the 5th round. A lot of people had him graded higher than the 5th round. So to me, that's a steal. Dion Dawkins drafted in the 2nd. We traded up for him. You know what I'm saying? He's played both tackle and guard. So when I look at this O-line as a whole, I'm starting to now fill in holes where I believe people should start this year. And I've gone back and forth with this thing, man. I'm sorry. I've gone back and forth. I'm not sure where. That's where Real DM3 says left tackle should be Dawkins. That's where we disagree. That is where we disagree. I'm changing the game up right now. And y'all might hate me for this one, but we going that way. Hayden Black says, Rico, do you think Rosen will continue to play like shit, or will he play good for the Dolphins? He will definitely play good for the Dolphins. It's not going to be him playing like shit. He's surrounded with some good. Kenyon Drake is a beast. He's got some good. You still got Joaquin Phoenix. Is that an actor? Joaquin Grant, excuse me. I said Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Grant, you got freaking Stills, Kenny Stills. They still got some good players on that team, man. So I'm not even sleeping on them at all. So anyway, back to my point, the O-line. So here's my prediction on the starting O-line. Mitch Morse, we already know he's center. That's your starting center, right? There's gonna be some rotations that have to happen. Ty Nsekhe, I battle with that. He's over 30 years of age. They lured him in from the Redskins at 30 plus years of age. The amount of places this man's been, but you brought him in and paid him that type of money that you paid him, that doesn't tell me he's sitting on the bench. It doesn't. You feel me? So I'm putting Ty Nsekhe at left tackle. I got to. I have to. And I battled with myself. I said, no, let Dion Dawkins battle it out. Let him do what he's got to do and earn his keep. But I think Ty Nsekhe is just going to just naturally fit at left tackle. Naturally. Long as baboon arms, man. That boy, he's like Dawson. For those that are young, you guys may not know about that. But if you guys are my age and born in the 80s, you see me, and you guys played the Street Fighter, Dalsim, you remember Dalsim? You know what I mean? Yeah, you feel me? So that boy's like Dalsim. You got Dalsim at freaking left tackle. You can't go wrong with that. Moving on to left guard. You gotta put, see, Quentin Spain is the name that people are talking about putting him at left guard. I'm not gonna I'm penciling him in at left guard because I think Wyatt Teller deserves every right to battle out along with Deion Dawkins at left guard. I think that's going to be a battle that combination should happen. So the battle at left guard should be Spain, Dawkins, and Teller. Those are your three. Battle it out. Okay. Naseki, whoever wins that battle, I'm gonna give it for now, pencil in Spain. Then it goes Naseki, Spain, Morse. Right guard. That is where your challenge is. I don't know if Wyatt Teller's ever played right guard. Can he even do it? I have no idea. But right now, someone that has done it, see, right guard, they said Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins struggled at right tackle when we let him play right tackle. So I could only imagine how he would look at right guard. So Feliciano's who comes in. But that in itself, maybe Wyatt Teller has to battle out with him right there. Deion Dawkins has to battle in that. He's going to have to learn how to do something right now, right? And then Cody Ford, 1,000%. You draft him, you know what I mean? In the second round, you put him at right tackle, period. So you got Naseki at left tackle, Ford at right tackle, Morse in the middle. Those guards are going to be your battle. That's where your battle's happening. So Dawkins, man, I'm telling you, if you could solidify yourself at left guard, and maybe Spain can move over right guard, and I know he's never done it before, but we're going to find out. That's where your battle is going to be. I just don't think that Naseki, they didn't bring Naseki to just sit there and nah, man, we didn't bring him for that bullshit. Left tackle, bring your ass at left tackle because you got to protect that damn quarterback. Protection is the name of the game. Let that man have as much time in the pocket as possible and let him do work and then figure out the interior. So left guard and right guard, that's gonna be your challenge going this year. So here's how I had it, really and truly. Seki at left, Spain, Dawkins will battle it out. Morse in the center, Feliciano, Long, and Teller will battle it out for the right guard. Teller's gonna have to really adjust and try to go to the right side, and then you got Cody Ford on the right tackle. God damn it, there's my line right there. And here's the thing: we need to. And I know they've been talking about it, but I really hope they actually do it. By the way, new member alert. Welcome, Paul K81. Paul K81, salute to you, my G. Thank you for joining and becoming part of the Fanatics. Appreciate the love, my G. How about former Patriots OT? Okay, Waddle to me is not going to be pushing for starting position. Just as my opinion, I think he's purely here for depth behind the right tackle or left. I don't know. I think he's more right tackle. I think he's just there for depth at right tackle. We have the depth on O-line this year, and we're about to really find out what's going on. Copain says, you're doing your boy Dawkins dirty. I'm not doing him dirty because I really want him to start at left tackle. I want him to start. I want him to start off. Excuse me. Let me rephrase. I want him to start off at left tackle in camp. And if he keeps it, I'm happy because I got to know the man, Deion Dawkins, and I know that he's got a lot of pressure on him, and I want him to do well. I really do. But when it comes down to competition and the moves that people make and so on and so forth, we can't coddle these boys no more, man. There's no more coddling. Respect the hell out of the man, but there's no more coddling. You call it like you see it. Naseki came in and was supposed to do work. He's going to do work. I just don't see him taking over at right tackle right away. I think they're going to insert Cody Ford right off the damn bat. You put a mauler right away. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go from there. So moving on away from the O-line. By the way, we're 44 minutes in. Should I keep going or should I stop? Because some people, their attention span is not there, and they're like, yo, I'm done. But there's 96 bitches in this thing. Excuse me, I don't want to call you bitches. You guys are my family. So there's 96 of y'all in this thing. Keep it rolling. By the way, we only had 83 likes. We should bump that up to 90 likes or 94 likes because there's 94 of y'all in there. Appreciate that. So moving on. So for those that are living under a rock, a big-ass rock, and you don't go on Twitter, you don't go on Instagram, you don't go on Facebook, shame on you, first of all. Because right now the Bills aren't really letting out as much possible as things as possible. So we have platforms like ourselves that dig in and find little nuggets here and there. So that's why you guys follow us. So keep doing that, by the way. Dillinger E says, who you calling a bitch? So here's the deal. Josh Allen was speaking about his time as a rookie. And he mentioned the Houston game. They asked him, live improv says, are you Canadian? Yes, I am Canadian. I am Canadian. So they asked my guy, what was the game that really said, man, I got this, man. This game's for me. You know, I'm like, now I can play the game. Because there's always that moment that clicks, right? You know, when you're at work, you're at school, math problem. For those that are young enough, you do a math problem, you're doing science or doing whatever, and the teachers explain it to you, and you're just not getting it. And then they say something, or something happens, and you're like, got it, clicks. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. I'll talk about the corner battle in just a second, Brando Mando. So there's a lot of things that go down like that, right? So they asked him, what game was it that really said, that's the game? I got this, man. I know I got this league down pat. And he mentioned the Houston game. And I remember that game because that's the game that Nate Peterman. Shit, that was loud, man. I think I woke up the kids. If I hear them come down, that's my fault. So when Nate Peterman came in and threw that damn Pickerman, golly, that should kill me, right? Because we knew the minute Allen got hurt, we're like, oh. I mean, I had Peterman at the time. I was like, okay, he's gonna bring us forward. He's gonna really clear his name as a bum, and he's gonna this, that, and the third. Didn't happen. But that game, I remember it was pretty dope because we could see something was brewing, something was happening. Although it was a slow-paced game, it wasn't a high-scoring game, but he wasn't throwing the game away. He was keeping us in it. Believe it or not, he was keeping us in it. So he even said that pass I made to Kelvin Benjamin, where I saw what was happening, was a cover 4 defense, and I threw it over top, and I was like, man, I saw all that shit. I got this. And then boom, he got hurt. Blessing in disguise. But the fact that he knew that I got this at that point in the game, and you saw later on when he came back, everything was clicking for him. So I'm encouraged. Every one of y'all should be encouraged. And if you guys didn't check out the video that my man Pierre did on getting hype, we got to get hype. We got to get hype. Let me see. Remember Old Fashioned Trousers says he thought that seconds before the injury. Yes, he did. Like right before I think it was the pass or two before the injury. He's like, yo, I got this, man. I got this. And then boom, the injury happens. Could you imagine if that never happened? My guy would have been balling, man. He would have been really getting his act together. But things happen for a reason. And I'm all about that. There's no luck and chance and this, that. No. It was destined to be that way because it got him to sit down, to really take a step back, take the pressure off, and see veterans do what they do. DA on one hand wasn't a very good veteran, but he's got the smarts. He's been in the league. He's seen a lot of things. He may not be able to physically, take care of business. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Drunk Nugget says, talk about Sims interview. Yeah, I'm talking about the Sims interview, my guy. So that's how we do it, man. Breaking news. Eric Wood entering the NFL broadcasting. Yes, he is. He's taken over with what's his face? John, I think it was John Murphy. I think it's gonna be him and John Murphy doing big things. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I like that. So the game that, and see, this is, and I got a last point for me, and then I'm gonna take all your questions. They talked about the game that he did really well. And I knew I had it, and I knew this, and I knew that, right? But then he talked about the game that was like, that's not a game I like, and that was the Chargers game. And I spoke on it earlier today, but that Chargers game, he wasn't prepared. He said it. I wasn't prepared. I was just trash, and I was lost. Those are the words. He was lost. It was a wrap. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, hold on a second. Why was he lost? Did we not prepare him enough for that? Did we not? And that goes towards Peterman. That goes towards Josh Allen, because you had all off season, all mini camp, all OTAs, all like training camp, all that stuff, and you couldn't prepare these guys to get going. Peterman looked like trash in the first game. Granted, he was going against a very solid defense that's been a solid defense for years. And then the second game against the Chargers, which is not a slouch defense, but you didn't prepare him enough for that. That's on the OC. That's on that's O-line coach. That's on the positional coach. That's on everybody, man. We didn't prepare enough. So I'm hoping this year is a new leaf and we really get it together and we prepare these guys and we prepare Josh Allen and get him going. And we're already to a brilliant start. And that is with the roster. The roster overhaul has been great. I think it's going to be perfect. And I think this is exactly what we need for Josh Allen. Now, I've gotten my points across. I don't think I missed a beat. By the way, I got to bring this up again. How about them Raptors? My guy, Spicy P, is doing big things. Leonard didn't even have a good game. He had a modest 23 points. You don't think he's going to go off next game? Here's the problem. They're doubling up on Leonard, but leaving guys like Van Vliet, leaving guys like Siakam wide open, Siakam taking it to the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Green is hitting shots. Everybody's hitting shots. Yo, don't sleep on this team. We can shoot. You know what I'm saying? And we double up on, I don't want to talk about basketball because basketball will just take over. So Raptors in 7, shit, I think we might go Raptors in 4. we might sweep them up. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I'm going to take some of your questions now. Jordan Clark says, do you think the Buffalo Bills will make it to the playoffs this year? Yes, we will. We have the third easiest schedule, or is it the fourth? We have a top 5 schedule in terms of how easy it is. I don't really truly believe in that because last year playing the Bills was considered an easy game. There's no freaking game that's easy against the Bills, and that's for damn sure. So, but we have an easy schedule. So I'm anticipating that we get 10 wins. 10 wins should make us get into the playoffs again. Doesn't it feel nice to say again? Because it's been 17 years before that. So get into the playoffs again is what the goal is. So yes, do we think we're going to make the playoffs? Absolutely. Godspeed Production says Peterman could have been good, but just a predictable QB who gets rattled. Apparently, Peterman is doing very well in the system with John Gruden. So go figure. So listen, man, I actually look forward to seeing Peterman, if he does get in, do well during preseason. I'm actually looking forward to it. What one player future as a Bill is at stake if they don't perform this season? Ooh, that's a very good question, Hayden Black. One player future as a Bill is at stake if they don't perform this season. So if you're going to cut someone that's not performing, and is it a surprise cut or is it you know what I'm saying? Because it's a layered question. But Jason Kroom, if he doesn't perform, he's gone. He's got to perform. If Wyatt Teller doesn't perform, he's going to be cut because we have a lot of depth on that line. And if Wyatt Teller doesn't produce and he's looking like he's falling behind and he's not really getting together, you're gone. So those are the guys that I think that could be gone. You just jinxed the Raptors with your crazy sweep talk. My bad, Kev. I figured that, you know what I mean? We gotta talk it into existence. If you talk it into existence, closer to happen. I bet you your tune's gonna change when we go up 2-0. I'm just saying. Wake up, Rico, with that 4-0 sweep. I might have to wake my ass up for real. Punch the Patriots right in the face. Yeah, we will. Shaq Lawson. So you guys think Shaq Lawson is gonna be the one that's cut? I don't think so. I think they're going to let Shaq Lawson play out his 4th year. And then next year, we don't have to deal with him anymore because he'll be on the market. So, no, I don't think Shaq Lawson is going to get cut. And not only that, he can't get cut. Sorry, I can't say he can't get cut. He won't get cut because he knows what's at stake. He knows I'm playing for the next year's team. I'm playing for the Bills, yes, but I'm really playing for whoever's going to pay me big dollars next year. So, he's going to come up and really be a big baller. And don't get me wrong. Even though we said that we're going to let him walk and do what he's got to do for next year, doesn't mean we're not going to go and say, oh, by the way, we like what you did last year and we see what you earned. You see what you've earned your way. Here's some money. That's exactly what could happen. But right now, he's not getting cut. He's staying put. It's a wrap. Brando Mano says, best corners in the game. On our team, or in the league? You got to specify for me, big fella. Abraham Westbrook says, I feel like Josh Allen will get 30 touchdowns this year. Whoa. Let's start with getting over 20. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him onto that Tyrod level, get him to 20 to 25. I mean, I said Tyrod level, but Tyrod usually gives you between 15 and 20. So let's go with 20 to 25 touchdowns, and then we can say that's a really good year. I like that. If we can get 25 touchdowns this year from Josh Allen, that's big. Kroom giving, oh, come on, man. Hussein Caracas, man, you tripping, bro. Live Improver says Trent Murphy is a beast this year. He should see the Bulls he raised. Check it out. Here's the thing. Trent Murphy was coming up. I mean, here's the thing. I think we give him a hard time, and me included. We give him a hard time because, I mean, he came from the Redskins, had a massive year on a PED year, had a massive year, then gets suspended, then got hurt, all that junk, comes to Buffalo coming off of an injury. So could you expect him to be 1,000%? No. But now he's got a full season under his belt. Now in a full offseason, I expect to see a very motivated Trent Murphy. So Trent Murphy alongside Jerry Hughes could pose a lot of problems for opposing quarterbacks. And we didn't even get into our defensive tackle that we just drafted in Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is going to be eaten. He is going to, bro, I don't want to get myself too excited because let's bring it down. Let's let training camp take over. Let's just do all that good stuff, and then we'll go from there. At the moment says 2 tight end sets this year. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff, man. There's going to be 2 tight end sets, even maybe 3 tight end sets. There's going to be probably 3 running backs on the same field at the same time. There's going to be a whole bunch of new things happening this year, and I can foresee it happening. That's what was supposed to happen last year with Dable. I have a multiple offense. I can do this. I can do that, and apparently the what's the word I'm trying to say is the word on the street was we were the team that used the most different variations of offenses. We were changing things up as much as possible last year, but we just weren't executing. That's what's the word on the street is. Murphy will have a bounce back season, says DM3. I think he should. If Murphy comes back and is good, we got Hughes, Oliver, Murphy. Noise. Yes, absolutely. Brando Manos says Ed Oliver is going to outstretch ostrich leg Tom to. Geez, what can I not read? Ed Oliver is going to ostrich leg Tom Brady. Nah, he won't do that. He won't do that to him. He'll politely take him down. He'll politely take him down. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading most of your questions. If you guys have like pressing questions that are really bugging you, and you're like, man, I'm wondering what's your opinion on that? By all means, man, jump all over that. Jump all over that. Didn't have the personnel last year for the playbook. Which one are you referring to? Somebody said by the name of Tommy Sweeney says the Jets never addressed their center issue. Ed Oliver going to be all up in that bitch. Yes, he will. Here's the thing, man. The 3 teams in the AFC East all drafted defensive tackles. I swear. There's never a year that I guess it makes sense because we've been one of the worst conferences, worst divisions in all of football. I mean, the Patriots they own that shit. They've owned it for years, right? And then here are the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills all the time, right? And sometimes here and there we made the playoffs. The Jets will squeak in here and there. The Dolphins squeaked in a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's come time where like every time the Bills take a step up, so do the Jets. Then the Dolphins take a step up. Like the Dolphins were supposed to be, tanking. You know what I'm saying? And then they went out and drafted and brought in Rosen. Now they've become competitive. So now you went from tanking to now, holy shit, maybe we got some movements. My man Kevin might disagree, but they're going to be doing some big things. I feel it. Drunk Nugget says, now we've all got first-round QBs. Now is about to play. First-round QBs and first-round DTs. The fuck is going on? I'm just saying, man. Godspeed. Rico will be the best. Rico, who will be the best receiver for Allen statistically this season? I'm going to make a bold prediction and say John Brown, barely. Statistically, I'm going to give the edge to, here's the thing. Statistically, what are you talking about? Most touchdowns, most yards, or most receptions? Because not one receiver is going to have all 3. because that's your prominent number one receiver. I don't think we have the prominent number one receiver. We have one guy that could potentially be that guy in Robert Foster, but there's TDs, receptions, yards out to catch. I mean, so which one is it? Who's going to have the most receptions? Now, that is a fair question. Most receptions, I'm going to give it to right now Zay Jones. I'll give Zay Jones as the most receptions. Most yards, Foster. Most touchdowns. Now that is going to be the interesting one. I don't know. I don't know who's going to have the most touchdowns this year. I can't speak on it. I have no idea. But that's a fair question. That's a very fair question. Paul K81 says Oliver rides horses for fun, and so hopefully dealing with offensive linemen will be a breeze. Man, he's going to move those linemen. Here's the thing. Not only is he going to move these guys out of the way, my man's is going to be jacking them up, swim move, rip move, like he's too quick. That's what's going to get him being disruptive as hell and in the backfield all day, every day. So you having him on the 3 tech, you have Jerry Hughes pressure on the outside, and you got Lawson and Murphy on the back. Bro, that front 4, that core 4, there's that core 4 again. So listen, we're gonna be solid, man. We're gonna be solid. Brando Mano says Levi or Kevin. Levi. Kevin's no slouch, but I'm taking Levi. I think Levi really earned his way at the end of the season, and I think he's gonna build off of that and then go from there. By the way, shout out to everybody watching, man. We got 89 people watching, and I'm an hour in, and I'm still going. I swear, some people that don't know that I do this, they say, man, how can you speak for an hour straight? I don't know. That's the damn answer. I don't know. But when I'm motivated and I got good people asking solid questions, it allows me to go. And I'm plus, I mean, I'm at dabble. I know how to kind of keep a conversation going. I mean, but like, shit, man. I appreciate that love, man. Everybody's watching right now. I appreciate that. Real talk. Eric Kuhn says, think Oliver gets Rookie of the Year this year. It's very possible. There's no question about it. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Nope, not doing that. Kevin Gard says, how many sacks will Hughes have this year? You're such an asshole. How many sacks will Hughes have this year? Well, he's been averaging 5 to 6 sacks the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm definitely saying he's going to get 5 or 6. Let me add another 3, maybe 4. So I'm going to give him 9 sacks this year, 9 to 10 sacks. And come back and visit. 9 to 10 sacks this year for my guy in Jerry Hughes. Thank you for the question, Mr. Kevin Gerard, because I know exactly what you're up to. Zay Jones, 75 catches, but Allen will spread the wealth. I'm not that sure about that. Hold on, it says 75 catches? Ew, that's a lot, man. 75 catches and 10 TDs? Woo! So what you're telling me is Zay Jones is going to be our number 1 receiver. Because that's exactly what you're telling me. Because you give the Bills, nobody else don't. Yeah, Dillinger East. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I mean, there's some good platforms out there. Believe me when I tell you this, there's some good platforms out there. But I mean, I feel like, you know what I mean, we probably bring it up just a little bit more. Paul K81 says, I love our core 4. I like him too, man. Think about it. Jerry Hughes. We'll call Trent Murphy as a starter. Starla Tulele eating up space, Ed Oliver. Core 4, right there. And then you got Milano, Edmonds, and you got freaking Lorenzo Alexander, and you got Voshawn Joseph. Come on, man. I don't want to hype this thing up, but I'm excited for this defense. Then you got Teron Johnson at the nickel, Raphael Bush coming through as depth, Jordan Poyer, solid safety. Micah Hyde, the general. Golly, man. Yo, my wife just popped into the door laughing like crazy and scared the shit out of me. What is wrong with you? No, that shit is not funny. Are you well? Clearly, you scared the shit out of me, man. I probably look like a damn fool, like I jumped.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. Clearly, she's not, because I'm live right now and she's talking some mess.
Sorry.
Golly.
I'm sorry.
What are your thoughts on Christian Wade? Right now, I have no thoughts on Christian Wade. I'm excited for him because I played rugby, so I know how it is. No, come on in.
No.
You decided to just pop your face in. You might as well come on in.
So sorry.
No, you're not. You're definitely not sorry. Scared the fuck out of me. Yeah. Oh, you too? Scared the fuck out of him too. People got scared because you just jumped in like a wild banshee. Like, what's wrong with you? No, you're not.
Oh, a little bit.
How's the rugby guy doing at OTAs? I haven't heard a damn thing about a guy. Like, I haven't heard a damn thing whatsoever. Drunk Nugget, man. Yo, this crazy nut just came in and just like a... What? Get it off your chest. What are you laughing at? What is so funny? Nothing, clearly. No, you're... Anyway, sounds like you will be leaving soon. Yeah, I definitely will be. Hi from Scotland, drunk wife.
Yes.
Yes, clearly she is.
It's Friday.
Yeah. Plus Phillips Bros backs up. Yeah, man. I didn't even mention Harrison Phillips. Harrison Phillips is gonna be doing big things as well, man. So listen, man. We we definitely. Kevin says Jenna is into the wine again.
Kevin,
yes,
I love
she
you,
is.
Kevin.
Golly, man. Yo, you honestly scared the shit out of me. Like, what? Who does that and bangs the door open? Who enters a room like that? Normally, you knock, or you just open the door. You don't barge through.
I tried to open the door.
You didn't.
No, I didn't. It was broken.
Yeah, barge through. Anyway, Sparkling Gal says 12-4. We sweep NE. We go to the. Oh my God, Kathy, we going 12-4? Shoot, I like Kathy, man. I like it. Are you going to any games this year? Yes, I am. I'm going to the season opener. Y'all better be there because the whole crew is going to be there. And one of you guys that subscribes to our channel, we're giving away 2 tickets. Y'all get to sit with us, man. It's going to be me, Pierre, DM3, Tiffany, Akeem. Like, the whole crew is going to be there, man. So I think you guys will enjoy ourselves, man. Drunk Nugget says the door is broken. Yeah, it probably is. Probably broke the damn thing off the damn hinges, man. Matt Gross says we don't have a true number 1 receiver, but we have 4 viable options. Very key point. One of them is going to emerge as our main guy, but that is for this one. That is for OTAs. That's for mini camp. That's for training camp. To really allow one of them to emerge. I got to give myself credit right now because I'm trying to focus and do this, and I'm really engaged with these guys. But this one is distracting me. So maybe maybe I have a career in TV for distractions that happen. I can still keep it moving. Anyway, 86 catches. 86 watching. Yeah, man. We got 86 people watching right now and 95 likes. Yo, if you guys are just joining in, throw that like button up for my individual friend that came over here, the one that I'm married to. That's a hot mess right now. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, I'm so hyped that the Bills are playing the Cowboys this year. Listen, I have a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine that's a Cowboys fan, and he's got season tickets, and he's been talking about this for 2 years now. Yo, come to Dallas and we can watch the game. Yo, I ain't trying to go to Dallas, man. Come on now. You tripping. So I'm going to make sure that we watch the game here and make sure that we whoop that tail. And that's that. Whoop that tail. Anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. This hot mess over here is is being ridiculous right now. So, is wifey a Bills fan? You're damn right she's a Bills fan. When you're married to me,
I'm sorry.
When you're married to me, you will be a Bills fan. That's it. That's all. There's no questions about it. If you're not, it's over. Anyway, where's the record prediction? The record prediction is this: 10-6. We're going 10-6 this year. Maybe even 11-5. Because that defense is, and I'm only basing that record mostly on what the defense could do. So Sparkling Gal Kathy at 12-4 is not that far off. I think it might be a little too much, but 10-6 to 11-5, I'm good. Anything below that, I think is going to be a disappointment. Yeah. 9-7, 8-8, 7-9, disappointment. 8-8, disappointment. 9-7, disappointment. 10-6, 10-6 team. That's what we need, man. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, is it? I've been talking for an hour and 8 minutes. I apologize. When did this crazy loon barge into the door? Because I gotta warn people that she barged into the door so don't get scared. And I'm gonna watch this again and look how idiotic I looked when I jumped and got startled. Anyway,
I came back to bottling my wine.
I'm sure. So listen to me and listen to me good. Thank you for the new members that joined up this show. I really appreciate it. You guys don't understand because without you guys, this doesn't happen. So I'm happy. I'm pleased for those that want to join in and make sure, because right now, Paul 81K, Drunk Nugget, Comet, those are the guys that I've been reading their comments because they show up because they're part of the crew now. You guys are all part of the crew. But you know what I mean? But you guys can be part of the exclusive crew. So until next time, it's your boy.
And he's gone.
Holy. Usually my guy Kevin is here, but you know what I mean?
Play with me.
Girl, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. You are silly, you know that?
But honestly, I thought your door was